Good day, Bashar.
And you good day.
First of all, I just want to express to you that it's truly an honor to engage in this interaction with you.
It is also an honor for us. We thank you.
Well, I can't believe I'm actually here asking you.
I can't believe you are either.
I have two questions for you. The first of which being, my entire life, literally my entire life is...
One moment.
What I was going to say was, literally my entire life, as far back as I can remember, I've been obsessed with literally obsessed with coming into contact with extraterrestrials.
Oh, so
and
now you have.
And now, yeah, I know that's.
So now what will you do?
Well, aside from being really nervous right now.
Nervous? Why are you nervous?
I don't know. I can't explain it. But the question is we label different encounters as different. Like, for example, a physical encounter would be, obviously, you probably know, we'd call a close encounter of the third kind.
We understand the nomenclature.
So what I'm asking is what can I do, if anything? Is there anything I can do to increase the likelihood of having the close encounter of the third kind?
We have already told you all what to do.
Acting on my highest excitement, since that's my highest.
Because again, these kinds of appointments were already arranged long ago. All you have to do is become the person with whom the appointment was made.
I feel as if I've been that person, though, like my whole life.
Has it happened?
No, it hasn't. That's why I'm confused.
By definition, you see, there's no confusion here. As we said earlier, by definition, your reality has reflected to you that you're not that person yet. So stop worrying about it. In fact, worrying why you're not that person yet is what makes you not that person yet. Now, you are having this encounter.
Yeah.
This shows you that your belief system is open enough to start the ball rolling. In time and in timing, as you have arranged it, when it is appropriate, no matter what your ego thinks you're ready for, obviously it knows, the higher self knows, the arrangement knows, you're not ready yet. When the timing is correct, it will be the timing that will serve you and everyone else best. You must trust the timing of the appointments you've made and not attempt to hurry them up, or you will miss them.
Is perhaps the process of seeking to hurry them up part of making them happen?
Only in the context of accelerating them by accelerating yourself by acting on your passion and not worrying about whether they happen or not.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
That's the process of accelerating them.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the paradox. You accelerate the timing by not worrying about the timing.
Yeah.
By staying in the now, focusing in the now, because where do you think the meeting's going to take place?
I have absolutely no idea.
Now!
Oh,
it's going to take place in the now. So the more you are in the now, the easier it will be for us to find you, because we only live in the now. If you're not living in the now, we can't find you. Where'd he go? I don't know. He was here a minute ago, but he's not here now.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Does that help?
Yes, very much so.
All right.
Lastly, I know that you're familiar with the law of one raw material.
Yes.
Correct, yeah. So what I was wondering is, in relation to that, how, from your perspective, is it that the universe or creation goes about creating a new consciousness, or does that happen? Like, for example, in the law of one, what they explain is that from density to density, first, second to third to fourth, the consciousness evolves.
Well, from a linear perspective, yes, that's a real experience. But you must understand, it isn't this or that, it's this and that. All ways in which you can imagine the idea of a new perspective coming into being can occur. And remember, the idea of a beginning and an ending occurs within creation that's eternal and infinite. So the idea is subject to creation. Creation is not subject to that idea of a beginning and an ending. So anything can happen in creation that can be expressed as the experience of a beginning, even the idea of the experience of the beginning of a new consciousness. But that's still happening within a creation, within an overall consciousness that always exists and has no beginning and no end.
Okay.
Does that make sense in your language?
Yes, it does. It does.
Right.
I was trying to specifically, though, go into how it occurs on our planet from species to species. Like what I was saying was that in the law of one, what it says is that we begin as, for example, elements on the planet, and then
no. Again, it's a linear perspective analogy.
Okay.
It's not that such an experience can't be had by the soul.
I see.
But it's still all happening at once.
Yes.
And it's just the soul deciding it wants to have a certain experience. And so in that reality, it can be viewed from that linear perspective in an evolutionary process. And that's a real experience, but it doesn't mean that that doesn't already exist at once.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, no, I understood that philosophy before, but for some reason I was failing to apply it to that particular.
It all just comes down to the idea that different kinds of experiences, any kind of an experience that can be imagined, can be created and experienced. But it's just an experience. It doesn't make it unreal, because that's all that is real, is the experience. But it also doesn't mean that those things don't already exist.
Yeah.
It's just that they're creating an experience as if it's happening that way, and even creating an experience that it's happening for the first time, even though it already exists.
So then that means that from incarnation to incarnation,
which all exists simultaneously.
So, but then when say for example, when I die, when this body dies, I could be incarnated as something that I would now perceive as the past.
Yes, you can have that experience. At the same time, you must recognize that that so-called past life exists right now.
It does, yeah.
And therefore, it's not really you.
Yeah. But at the same time, as you explained yesterday, all the extensions of our oversoul.
Yes, and again, of course, that is also a hierarchical euphemism. Because again, it's just a convenient way to describe something that is essentially all coexistent simultaneously as one idea. But yes, we understand what you mean by it, and the experience, the description of the experience is real. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, that doesn't cancel out the fact that it all exists at once. All right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you, good day.